and let's talk about the Steam Machine. The Steam Machine. All the information, all the stuff that came out the other day from Valve and Steam coming out with their new Steam controller, which, if I'm being honest, I mean it matches and compares to the Steam Deck itself with the two thumb pads. I get it. I guess I have to actually play on the Steam Deck to understand the importance of the thumb pads like that, the track pads like that. I just know my trackpad on my laptop drives me insane. So I don't know how much I'd really use it, but well, I'd have to play it, so I'd have to know. So I'll leave my opinions on that out. But so we got the Steam controller coming out in 2026. All this is coming out in 2026. We got the Steam Deck out already right now, which your boy is struggling on what he's going to do and make his tech purchase be with this coaching money. I don't know. Like I'm stuck between Steam Deck, getting new parts for the PC, PlayStation 5. Like I'm really on the PlayStation 5. Like I really want to do that, but I don't know. There's a lot of options. But we got the Steam Machine coming out as well in 2026. I don't know when it's coming out. No release date has been announced, and no price has been announced as well. But we have the Steam Machine coming. It is a small form factor device. The market for this seems to be the people that want to be a PC player, but they are a console player currently. Or if you're a PC player and you want to have the ability to like have this in your living room. Because I know for me and most PC players, they have their PC off into a separate area of the house or your apartment. Like it's off into its own room. Because we all know that our gaming PCs are being used for more than just gaming. Like it is actually used for other things, and it is the central PC of your house. So having a Steam Machine, for me in my house, I know having a Steam Machine would allow me to put my PC games in the living room on my living room TV. I'm hoping this is priced at a price point that is favorable to the casual fan, or to the, I'll say it, the poorer fan of these kind of things. Like this is, like I hope this is around, like, because it's a console. This is what it is, a console, but it is a console with SteamOS preloaded on it and the ability to put Windows on it if you want to. However, let's be honest, and let's really think this out, people. You're going to lose a lot of space because of how much bloat, and how much you're going to lose a lot of resources with how much bloat that Windows has built into its OS. So if I were you, I would probably just leave it to SteamOS. I wouldn't try loading Windows on it, but you can. Ray, thank you for the check-in. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it, my brother. How you doing today, Wraith? But this is a device that is marketed for the right people. It's for the right people if it's the right price. If this device comes out to be like $800 for some reason, which I don't anticipate it being, because Valve could sell this at a loss and still make a lot of money on the back end of this because of the ability to sell their games. Okay, cool. I'm cool with that. Hope you're having a good night as well. Hope you stopped in for the movie night. I was busy earlier today, so I couldn't get to the movie night, but I hope you was able to get to it. But if this is priced at the right price point, at about like 600, maybe it'd be even better if it was at $500. If it was $500, that would be the perfect price point for this device right here, and I would buy it quickly. Now, I will say there is some things about it as far as the specs go. It is a custom CPU, AMD CPU. It is a custom GPU. Um, the RAM is 16 gigs of DDR5, which for some people, the stuff that I'm reading off right now is not going to matter to you at all because you're not really going to care about the specs. But for the enthusiasts that, that like myself, you got two options for the, let's go back to the RAM. Hold on a second here. So we got 16 gigs of DDR5 RAM with 8 gigs of your virtual RAM on your GDDR6 VRAM. Now, there is a bit of a problem with that only because of the potential for bottlenecking. However, this is just my opinion. I have nothing to really back this up, but this is just my opinion. I believe this is not a problem on the Steam Deck, and I could kind of look this up right now. Let me see real quick. Let's look. Is that it right there? Kind of not laid out in the same way, but let's see here. 16 gigs. Yeet. It's kind of, I think they don't really say it outright, but if we're looking at this here, it kind of looks like this is at 16 gigs with 8 gigs of VRAM. I'm not certain. It's not showing it in the same manner that they showed on the other one, on the Steam machine. However, that kind of just shows the way that the Steam OS is built. My guess, and this is just my guess, again, this is nothing to back this up with factual information or any kind of, don't take this with a grain of salt, basically what I'm saying. My guess is the Steam OS is optimized in a way, and the way that they do their checks and analysis of the other applications and the games that are released on Steam, and how they verify them on like the Steam Deck and see if it's like Steam verified, and how that they test these games out, that won't be a problem of it being 16 gigs of DDR5 and 8 gigs of GDDR6. I don't think it's going to be a problem. That's just my opinion. They also have 2 models for the internal storage, which you have the 512 SSD and the 2 terabyte SSD. I'm thinking if I'm going to get it, probably going to be the 2 terabyte because I'm going to want to load a lot of stuff on there so I have my options. Because when I play in my living room, I want to play whatever the heck I feel like playing. When it comes to streams in my PC, I'm playing a game for a specific reason, but I'm playing it all the way from start to finish or whatever the heck it ends up being. Like, I keep a certain amount of games on my devices, or on my desktop PC. I want this to be able to have a plethora of options, so I could just play whatever. So it's gonna have Bluetooth antenna as well. It's gonna have a wireless adapter for Steam controller, which I believe the Steam controller comes with it. Which is an option. And when this comes out, it'll be depends on how much the price is gonna be. It may be an opportunity for me to test out the Steam controller. So hopefully I can give you some input on that as well. The displays are going out. They have the display ports that go up to 4K, with HDMI 2.0 with up to 4K 120 hertz. They got a bunch of USB ports on there as well with a actual Ethernet port on the device, which for me is going to be great because I get to immediately and directly connect that to my connected right to my modem. It'll be right there. That sits right in my living room, right next to my PlayStation, actually. So my PlayStation gets great internet. Just so y'all know, there's an ad break coming up in a minute. We got an LED strip, and that's pretty much about it. But it is a small form factor. It is a small device. Not going to take up a lot of space on your desk or on your. If you put it on your desk, you have that option. It's not going to take a lot of space up on your desk. It's not going to take a lot of space up on your shelves, wherever you put your devices. I know I have mine sitting on top of my fireplace in my living room. So that would be where that would sit. Again, if this is priced correctly, this is a device that can be very marketable if this is priced right. If this is sitting about $700 to $800, I think even $7, I would have a tough time talking myself out of it, but I can see others not doing it. Me, it would be $7. I could probably convince myself on $7. We get to $800, no, I'm out. 800 is the limit. 750 is the limit. Like, I'm out. I would love to say I'm in, but I'm out. It's too much. But that's what we got going on. They also have they announced the Steam frames as well. Now, me personally, I don't give a damn about the Steam frame. I don't care. I don't care about VR. You know, I've never done it, and I think I'm just okay with never doing it. Now, I have also read in places that this is not just for VR games, that this is all, there we go, inputs for non-VR games as well. Like it does things as well as just, it'll do regular games as well. Maybe I shouldn't speak exactly on that, because again, I didn't really research this one, and I don't care, honestly. The frames are not for me, and that's fine. Again, it's fine. It's just not for me. Some people will want to use that. It just won't be for me. So if we're keeping score, here's the thing. I want a handheld, but I also want another device in the house. Now, the other device in the house is going to be either a PlayStation or a Steam machine. With that being said, I'm not 100% sold on the Steam machine, only because I don't know when it's coming out and I don't know how much it's going to cost. Once that information is released and we know that kind of information, that is the space where I can kind of see myself really figuring out which one I want. The only problem is I don't want to wait till 2026. I have this money ready to go coming up now in the holiday season. So I'm going to buy something in the holiday season. Guys, if you can help me decide, because I'm going to put this out there as well. Not by choice, really, but the Xbox Ally is not out of the question. I'm just gonna throw that out there. It's crazy. I know what I'm saying is crazy, because I know I said I don't want it, but I also was talking to myself about getting the high-end one earlier. Now I'm more leaning towards the low-end one with the lower space and managing the space on the device itself, so that way I can play it. I really just want a handheld. I really want a handheld this holiday season. And I don't know if I should go Steam Deck or go with the ROG Ally. That's the question. That's what it comes down to. That's what it boils down to.